Dating multiple women at the same time is a core alpha male 2.0 tenet of this lifestyle. And there are different types of relationships, as you probably already know. But the one type of relationship probably 100% of you will be involved in, even if you never get married, things like that, is what we call the FB, the friend with benefits, or fuck buddy, if you're more crude. And so in this video, I'm going to talk about how to manage these when you have multiple of them, or even if you have one or two, because it's kind of important. It's something you'll probably have at least off and on for the rest of your life. I am Caleb Jones. This is Alpha Male 2.0. I make a high six-figure location independent income while dating multiple attractive women, and I show men like you how to do the same thing. And in terms of dating multiple women, as many of you know, and if you don't, I'll review it really quickly, there are three types of relationships in terms of women that you date non-monogamously as an Alpha Male 2.0. The first one is called FB, friends with benefits, fuck buddy. That is a woman that you're having sex with who is your friend. She's not your girlfriend. You're not dating her. It's very casual, but she is your friend, and it's someone you're seeing on a regular basis. On the internet, they've started abbreviating this as FWB, unfortunately, but I use the original abbreviation from the pickup artist world, which is easier to say and easier to write, which is FB. The second category is MLTR, and that is a woman you are dating. That is a woman you actually have feelings for. She's spending the night. You're going on dates, but it's non-monogamous and you can have multiple of them. It's completely non-exclusive. You can have feelings for multiple women. You can date multiple women, multiple MLTRs, multiple FBs, all good. The third category is OLTR. That is your girlfriend. That is the Alpha Male 2.0 equivalent of a girlfriend, or if you live with her, that is your wife. And that is someone who you are exclusive to emotionally, but open sexually. If you have an OLTR, you can't date other women, but you can hook up with other women. You can have FBs on the side. You cannot have MLTRs on the side. That is what I have. I have an OLTR wife, Pink Firefly. We are married. We live together. She is my OLTR wife, but I have FBs on the side. Makes sense? I can't date these women, nor do I want to, but I can have sex with these women, and I do it on a regular basis. So as you can tell, if you think this through, long-term in your life, you will come and go from OLTRs and MLTRs, but you'll probably always have an FB or likely have an FB off and on for the rest of your life, assuming you're staying non-monogamous, which you should. So how do you manage FBs? How do you keep FBs around for the long term? How do you treat them? What are the rules? Because there's a set of rules here, and a lot of guys screw this up. Matter of fact, I see guys screw up FBs more so than MLTRs and even OLTRs. FBs are really easy to screw up because guys go too far in one direction or the other. So let me go through the steps. Number one, top of the list, an FB is not someone you are dating. You do not go out on dates with an FB. You don't do that. If you have a woman you consider a friend with benefits and you go on a bunch of dates with her and then let her spend the night, then you treat her like a friend with benefits, you're going to have a mountain of drama like you've never seen in your life. And on a regular basis, I will get guys who email into me or ask me verbally or what have you, hey, I have this FB, I have this FWB, this friend with benefits, and we went out to a movie, we went out to dinner, we came home, and she gave me a bunch of drama. What the hell? What the hell did I do wrong? Because you're not treating her like an FB. You're treating her like someone you're dating. And so when you do that while you're on the date, you have this one vibe with her, right? And then when you get her home, or the rest of the time when you're not on that date, you have this other vibe, this much more casual vibe. That sends conflicting signals and it pisses women off. So when you have an FB, I talk about the cardinal rules. You don't go on dates with these women. You don't let them spend the night, because if you do that, you're hurting them. Well, does that mean? No, you're hurting them because you're sending conflicting signals. If you want to date her, then make her an MLTR, and now you can spend the night with her all you want. Now you can go on all the dates you want. That's fine. But if she's an FB, she's your friend. Do you go on dates with your friend? Do you spend the night with your friend? No. And by the way, that's a good gauge for this. Would I do this with one of my guy buddies? Right? Would I take one of my guy buddies out on a date and pay for his dinner and take him out to a movie? Now, in rare cases, some guys say yes, but normally no. Would you spend the night with your guy buddy in your bed? No, you wouldn't do that, right? He's your friend. That's just not appropriate for that type of relationship. And I see a lot of guys go over on this. And that brings me to number two. Number two is your FB is not your girlfriend. So some guys, I can't believe they do this, but they do this because you're just not thinking. They'll have an FB, not an MLTR, not a woman they're dating, an FB. And they'll introduce her to all of his friends and all of his girlfriends. And God forbid, sometimes I've seen one or two guys do this. They will introduce the FB to his parents. Are you fucking kidding? No, that's stuff you do with a girlfriend. You don't do that with an FB. Now, if you want to make her your girlfriend, there's a process for that outside the scope of this video. I've talked about that before. That's fine. The alpha male 2.0 lifestyle allows for girlfriends. It allows for wives. It allows for having kids. It allows for serious relationships. That's all good. I have all those things. But you don't do that with an FB unless you want to change her to something else. But if you've decided she's an FB, you need to treat her like an FB. Does that mean you treat her like shit? Does that mean you treat her like a whore? No, we'll get to that in a second because that's the other extreme guys do. We'll talk about that in a minute. What I'm saying here is, if you think it's something you would do with a girlfriend, you would never do it with an FB. And don't think to yourself, well, then I'm being mean. Well, then she'll get sad if I don't treat her like this or that or this. No, she'll get mad and angry and hurt if you actually do that. If she's an FB in your head and you treat her like a girlfriend, sometimes when you revert back to treating her like an FB, you're going to have a drama explosion like of which you've never seen. You're going to totally hurt her feelings and it'll be your fault. You're actually protecting women by treating them like a friend who you fuck instead of a girlfriend. And by the way, and I know guys forget about this and women even forget about this, if you're treating a woman nicely but just as an FB and she hates it, you know what she can do? She can leave and stop seeing you and go see another guy. So if she keeps seeing you like that, whose fault is it? Hers. You see the point here? You're not hurting anybody. She has agency to do whatever she likes, right? Right. Before I go on, there's something you should do, especially if you like this content at this new channel that I've created just for this content. You should subscribe to this channel. You should put a like on this video and ring the little notification bell. And you should leave a comment on this video. It doesn't matter what you say whatever you want. The more interactivity I get on this content, the more this content I will provide for you for free. So it's just a win-win for you. Number 3, this is your FB is your friend. So this is the other extreme. A lot of guys, I would say most guys, when they have an FB, they treat her like someone they're dating or a girlfriend or someone they're going on dates with, and they screw it all up. There's another category of men who go the opposite direction, and they treat their FBs like shit. They treat them like whores. They treat them like garbage. And of course, these women get offended and leave. These men forget that the F in FB stands for friend. She's your friend. Would you treat your friend like a piece of shit? Would you treat your guy buddy like a whore? No, you treat him nicely because he's your friend. So your FBs you should treat really, really well. They're your friends. I don't know the number of FBs. It's a huge number of FBs. To this very day, I have many, many FBs all over the world. All of these women are my friends. All of them. I like them all. Some of them more than others. That's true. Okay. But I like all these people. They're my friends. The exception to that might be the very distant sporadic FBs who I rarely see. Okay, maybe you can make an exception for those, but that's an exception. All the rest, most of the others, these people are my friends. I care about these people. I want good things for these people. I treat these people very, very, very nice when I spend time with them. I don't treat them like hookers. I don't treat them like whores. I don't treat them like shit. I treat them very, very well. By the way, during sex, I'm good to them. I make them feel good. It extends into sex as well. An FB is your friend. If you want a high level of FB retention, which is what I've experienced most of the last 15 years, you need to treat them well. You need to be nice to them. Let them talk, things like that. For example, when she comes over to your place, you don't just say, all right, baby, let's go, and you rip her pants off and bend her over. No, she's a girl, and I don't know if you've noticed, but girls like to talk, don't they? So what you'll have to do, even if you don't want to do this, is you'll have to sit on your couch for a little while and let her talk. Ask her about her life. Ask her about her day. Let her talk. Let her feel comfortable with you. When you do these things, it raises the odds she will stick with you over the longer period of time. It also raises the odds that she will come back to you after she temporarily leaves you for a monogamous boyfriend. It's called the listen fitty. I've talked about it a lot in my books and my blogs. Be nice to your FBs. Be pleasant with your FBs. Treat them well. Don't take them on dates. Don't give them money unless they're sugar babies. We'll talk about that in a second. Don't do that, okay? But be nice. They're your close, good friends. Treat them accordingly. Number 4, and this applies only to you older guys who are doing sugar daddy game, and that is that sugar babies should only be FBs. Never, ever, ever go on a sugar daddy site and meet a bunch of women and start dating these women and paying them money as you date them. Why the fuck would you do this? I see guys do this, and I'm horrified. I can't think of anything more beta. Now, paying for sex is one thing. You can justify that based on logistics and how much time it takes and all these other factors. That is a topic well outside this video. I can talk about that some other time. I already have talked about it in my blogs, my books. So you can justify the concept of paying for sex under certain conditions. You cannot justify the concept of paying a woman who you actually like romantically to date you. Are you insane? No. So when you start hooking up with sugar babies, on sugar daddy dating sites or sugar daddy services, these women must be kept as FBs only. Never make them an MLTR. Certainly don't make them an OLTR. Are you insane? Please don't do that. That's kind of ridiculous. They need to stay as FBs only. If you want to date a woman, then date someone who doesn't require money from you. Hello? I shouldn't have to say that, but unfortunately I'm seeing a lot of guys do this. You absolutely do not want to move in with a woman that you are paying for sex. I'm seeing guys do that. Matter of fact, you watch this video right here on why you should never marry a woman who is really young. You can check that out if you want. I give all the reasons for that. But by God, if you're paying a woman for sex, don't move her in and treat her like your wife or your girl. What are you doing? Stop. Keep it as just sex. They're your friends. Again, treat them nicely, treat them well, treat them as friends. But that's it, friends who you have sex with. That's it. Number 5, and this is another mistake I see a lot of guys make when they have FBs, especially when they establish new FBs or try to maintain existing FBs, and that is dial down the player shit. So let me explain something to you. Once you've had sex with a woman twice, you can turn off the vast majority of the pickup artist shit. The vast majority of the pickup artist techniques, the player techniques, the red pill tech, you can dial most of that stuff back or even shut it off once you've had sex with a new woman twice. Now, prior to that, there is some value in some of those things. Yes, and I've used in the past some of those things before you have sex with her twice. Once you have sex with a woman twice, that is what I call lock-in. I've talked about this a lot in my other content. That means she's locked into you. She is now comfortable having sex with you. ASD is not really a factor. So you don't need to keep playing her like a player dude because she's already having sex with you. All you need to decide now is if she is an FB or an MLTR. Which one do you want? If you're not sure, you probably should make her an FB. You can always upgrade the relationship to MLTR later if you wish, and I have certainly done that. By the way, you don't make her an OLTR when you've had sex with her twice. That takes a very, very long time outside the scope of this video. So FB or MLTR. But my point is, if after you've had sex with her twice, you keep pouring on the player stuff, you're going to jack up buyer's remorse and you're going to make her feel like a hooker and you're probably never going to see her again. I have known and I have talked to a lot of you who are more player type personality guys who like to have sex with lots of women, and you try to get women on rotation and you have sex with them once, twice, 3 times, and they leave and you're like, Caleb, what did I do wrong? What you did wrong is you kept acting like a player even after you had sex with her twice. You don't need to do that. Once you've had sex with her twice, turn off all that player bullshit, okay, and be a human being. Talk to her like a normal human. She's your friend. Let's go back to that. Would you use pickup artist player techniques on your guy buddies who you're already friends with? No, that'd be fucking dumb. It's the same thing here. You need to kind of switch that in your head after the second time you've had sex. Treat her like a normal person now, like a friend. And then she'll be far more likely to stay with you long-term and, as I said, return to you after she temporarily leaves you. I've talked about many times. I've had numerous women. I don't know the number because I have to check it on my spreadsheets. Numerous women, FBs, who were FBs of mine for a long time. They got a boyfriend, they broke up with them, they came back. Or they were an FB for a long time, they got married, they got divorced, they came back. And they've done that years and years and years and years. And this is non-sugar daddy. This is without paying them anything, okay? And some sugar daddy stuff too lately in my life, last few years. But I've been doing this for 15 years. So majority of this has been non-sugar daddy. That's how this works. Don't treat them like whores. Don't be mean to them. Don't date them like their girlfriends. Friends. And then you're golden. If you just remember that, it's going to solve a lot of problems for you. I hope this has helped. If you want another video on why women usually have more power in relationships than you do, you should watch this video right here. I'll see you in the next video. Have fun. Bye.